While the 100 Kingdoms were being born in a wave of desperate refugees, violence and hunger, the city-states were flourishing, picking through the greatest secrets of the Old Dominion and delving into the secrets of alchemy and divinity. Today, they are the greatest repositories of knowledge and inheritors of the glory that was once the Old Dominion of man. However, the city-states are now divided. Today, they stand split among the demagogue, militarist and academic councils, squandering their glorious heritage and advanced technology, challenging each other and any who might threaten them for supremacy in the stagnation of science. Sheltered by the selfless sacrifices of the last legion, the refugees that managed to escape the cataclysm of the fall would survive the long winter that followed and, in time, prosper to found one of the largest and most diverse bastions of human existence in Ea. Today, the 100 Kingdoms extend from the sheltered heartlands of the Bitter Sea all the way to the lands of the Rust, which stretch against the Clawstreen Mountains before one descends into the corruption and darkness spoiled by the fall beyond them. Today's battle report is a game of Conquest, the last argument of kings. We are going to be playing with the city-states versus the 100 Kingdoms. In today's game, we will be playing the scenario head-to-head. Forces are drawn based on your army and how many points you're going to be playing. Our game today will be a 800-point game. The battlefield is played on a 4x4 battlefield, and players will decide the sides of the battlefield they'll be playing with each player playing on an opposite side and having their different deployment zones and reinforcement edges on the opposite sides. We'll then have terrain placed accordingly by both players. We're just going to put something cool down. Game length will be 10 rounds or until one side has scored 8 points, been eliminated or conceded the game. Victory points wise in this, you get 1 point for removing each enemy command card from play. Yes, this does include characters. This includes all the other stuff as well. So each card you remove, we then get 2 victory points for killing the enemy warlord, which will stack with any secondaries and also stack with a command card being removed from play, and an extra victory point for each secondary objective completed. The battlefield, as you can see here, pretty simple on what it is. 4x4 foot, playing straight across the game. A nice and simple game of Conquest, the last argument of kings. And so here we have our city-states force. I'll be playing the city-states today. That is Luke, your host. Now, we're going to have a Polemarch, who will be our warlord. He's going to take Atalanta's spear, which is going to give him a bit more fight. 3 hoplites and a unit of Minotaur Tharians with 3 stands of those in his warband. We'll then have the Aristarch with 6 stands of Phalangites in his warband, rounding out the force. And so here we have the 100 Kingdoms. These will be played by Stephen. Now, a Mounted Noble Lord is going to be their warlord. And he's also taken the Lorien Lance. We then have 3 stands of Men-at-Arms with a Standard Bearer, 3 stands of Mercenary Crossbowmen with a Standard Bearer, and 3 stands of Household Knights with a Standard Bearer and Tawny Champ. We then have a Theist Priest who's got the Indomitable Plate, and joined by 6 stands of Militia with a Standard Bearer. So here is our battlefield. So we're going to go into turn 1. The only light units in the game are going to be the Mercenary Crossbowmen and Militia. So you need to roll 2 dice. On 4 pluses, units will come into the battle. So roll 2 at the same time. Then you can pick which ones come in. Both units will be coming on. I've got literally nothing to come on turn 1 because I only have medium units. So we're going to go into your movement and deployment. And we'll come back once your units are on the table because there's nothing. And so at the end of the movement, this is what it looks like. We've got the Merc Crossbowmen on the flank and the Militia, the big blob of them with the Theist Priest right in the center of the table there. They've both moved on 11 inches because they get to do a double march. Because they're banner gaining the Unstoppable, they get +1 to their second march on the table. So with that, that's the end of turn 1. So let's go into turn 2. So round 2, medium regiments will arrive on a 2 or less. So I've got 2 medium regiments to roll for. Nope, neither of mine are coming on. This is for the 2 units you've got as 100 Kingdoms. Neither of yours are coming on as well, so you can continue to take some board space. And so we have another turn of nothing happening so far. We just have the 100 Kingdoms further starting to take up the board. So turn 3, can we get some units on the table? Also, we would like to thank Parabellum for sponsoring the channel with Conquest the Last Argument of Kings and Conquest First Blood. If you'd like to help the channel, you can do so by supporting us by going and using our affiliate code to get 10% off your orders on the Parabellum e-store. The code here on the screen will get you the said discount, CFGCONQ5. Go and get yourself 10% off and help the channel continue to make more and more Conquest content. Alright, so medium regiments are 4 or less, so this is for the city-states, 2 mediums. I've got both mine coming on, but I also need a 2 or less to get my heavy regiment on as well. No, so my heavy's not coming on. This is for your mediums. No, neither of yours, so we're actually going to have 2 to 2 now. Alright, so we have technically, I guess, been doing it, but we've not been doing it. Rolling for supremacy and command stacks because I've not had any units on the table. There's no reason to show the rolls or indeed ever do the rolls. So it is now turn 3 when I can find that on this dice. I really need to pick a numerical dice next time. There it is, 3. So supremacy, lowest dice score wins. 3. So you got a 1. I almost said a 6 because I'm so used to playing games with symbols of 6s, but that's a 1. So you will get supremacy and get the first activation. So first activation is going to be your militia. So they're going to make, I'm assuming, what will be a double move. So the militia have moved like so. So I've got the first one from mine. I've got the Aristarch. Go again. Your turn. With whatever is next. What's next in your command stack? Is the Merc Crossbowman. So further just trying to really hem me into my own deployment zone here. Now, a big thing with this, like, he's hemming me in. It might, seem super aggressive, but you can't actually charge on your first turn out. So by him pushing me back, like, he's just meaning I can't deploy high up the board. I'm going to have to get in the fight really, really early and not have a lot of room to play. Next up for the city-states, I have the Hoplites who will be coming on. And so the Hoplites have come on the table like so. And then your last card, I'm assuming, is the Theus Priest, which is going to do nothing. So, yeah, not even going to attempt to cast anything because I'm not going to be charging you this round. So, next up, we have the Phalangites. And the Phalangites, along with the Aristarch, come on there. My last activation, I'm the only one with command stack left, is the Polemarch, who is done. So with that, that is the end of turn 3. So we'll be going into turn 4 next. So first of all, we've got to see whether we've got any other units coming on. I just have a heavy unit. So both your regiments will be arriving automatically as they're medium, but my heavy regiment will be arriving as well. Alrighty, so it is time for supremacy. Lowest roll wins, or I got a 6, you got a 4, so you are going to get supremacy. So first card in your command stack is the Mercenary Crossbowman. I'm guessing you're going to aim and shoot. Yep. Alright, so the Merc Crossbowmen have activated first. They're going to aim and volley at the Hoplites. So this will mean you need 3s or less to hit. It'll be 4 hits. Alright, so we are defense 2 base, but shields, and you're firing from our front arc, give us +1, taking us to 3. We then go to 4 because of phalanx as well. Now, you are going to be armor piercing, so you take us back to 3s, but we've also got tenacious, which means we ignore the first success as well. So 3s ignoring 1 failure. Pass 3, and tenacious will ignore that. And so next is my first is the Polemarch, who's going to activate, and this will allow him to use his draw ability, which is Battlefield Tactics. So I don't really need to do anything with him because Battlefield Orders won't really do all that much this turn. So we are going to go for your next activation, which will be the mounted, not the mounted lord, the Household Knights. So they're going to come on. And so the Household Knights will come on like so. Next up for the city-states, we have the Aristarch going. And so nothing more to do there for the Aristarch, so it'll be next for the 100 Kingdoms. We get Noble Lord, nothing on your end, so my next one will be the Minotaur Tharians. And so the Tharians come onto the table there. Next, for the 100 Kingdoms, your militia's turn. Alright, so your militia have moved up there. Next up, we have the hoplites are going to go. So the hoplites have moved, and then we have a charge. What's really cool about hoplites with the phalanx rule, I don't actually have to roll to charge. I just always add +3 to it. But there are some negatives, like the force can never become inspired with phalanx. Next up, for the 100 Kingdoms, your last one, oh no, second last one, men-at-arms, they're going to come on. Men-at-arms come onto the battlefield like so. And then we've got the last one, which will be the phalangites. Right, so the phalangites are going to attack. We have support 3 on these back ranks. We can't inspire, so we are going to be needing 2s or less. Alright, so 8 attacks have gone through. You need defense 3 thanks to your shields in the front arc.
3 of them all?
Yep. So you save 2. That means there's going to be 6 go down. And then the Aristarch is attacking as well. Clash 3 with his 5 attacks. He got 1, so 1 more save. No, another fail, so there'll be another wound. Takes down to 1. And so 7 resolve checks at 1s and 2s. That is 1, so there'll be another 1, 2. So there'll be 2 stands removed and then a wound on one of the front rank. So last activation is the Theus Priest. And so the Theus Priest is then going to go with Holy Fire. So he will have the scaling ability in effect here, which means he will need 3 successes rather than 2. But each success will generate 2 hits. So 3 pluses, or 3 or less. 1, 2, 3, so that'll be 6 hits on the unit. So, read the wrong spell. Had the Heavenly Blessing above that said scaling. Holy Fire is not scaling, but still, same result in the end. So, we now need 4s or lesses on the phalangites. So that is 3 failures. So 3 hits, so I now have 3 resolve checks to make. That is 1 more failure, so that will actually remove a stand. And so with that, that is the end of the round. So we are going to organize our command stacks, and then we'll go into supremacy. Today's video is brought to you by Gap Games, a fantastic retailer in Australia for a variety of different miniature war games. If you'd like to help support the channel, we have an affiliate link where by clicking on and purchasing, you'll help support the channel, but you'll also help support Gap Games, which is a fantastic servant to the community. So, supremacy for the turn. I got a 1. You can't possibly beat it because I can make that a 0. So that will be that. So I'll break the tie for having less cards in my command stack. First activation will be the Hoplites, which is this unit here. So Hoplites +1 clash thanks to having the Polemarch in their unit. So they are clash 3. So it'll be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits on the Merc Crossbowman. And so defense 1 on the Merc Crossbowman, you need 1s. You didn't get any, so that's going to be 7 down. So now you have 7 resolve checks to make on 2s or less. I mean, you did pass 3, but that's another 4. So that'll leave 1 wound left. So I'm actually stuck in combat with 1 last wound. I actually don't want to do this wound because then the knights are going to charge me. So the Polemarch has 6 attacks because he is insane. With flurry, so he's got rerolls. He is hitting with a clash of 3, so there's 4 hits, so 4 needing 1s. No. So that is the Merc Crossbowman wiped, which will be a victory point to me. And so, first in the command stack for the 100 Kingdoms, Theus Priest. So what's he doing this time? And so Theus Priest is going to go with Heavenly Blessing. So you need 3s or less. You need at least 2 successes here. You got so Heavenly Blessing. So they'll be now allowed to either re-roll with the Blessed Rule, re-roll all defense, or all hits. So get to choose once per round what they want to do. My next for the City States is the Aristarch over there. So he's going to give his unit the untouchable special rule, which will allow me to reroll 6s with his battlefield orders. Then it's up to you with the 100 Kingdoms, your next one. Crossbowmen, and they're gone, so you do get to pick the next one now, because it doesn't take a pick for you. It is the Militia. So they're going to hit the Phalangites. I'm assuming you're going to be re-rolling all hits.
Yep.
So the Militia will inspire and then clash, and they're going to use to re-roll everything with the Blessed special rule. So 3s or less re-rolling. So those 4 will succeed. Re-rolls. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 now. So I am defense 4, re-rolling 6s, so only 5s are straight up fails. I pass everything. Oh, wait, no, sorry, I am defense 3 with these guys. So 4s will fail, sorry. I'm thinking of the hoplites, because they don't have shields. And then we are resolve 4, so 2 morale. Fail 1, so I've taken 3. So Theus Priest will be on 3s, re-rolling. He hits with everything, so that'll be 4. Now it's cleave 1, so these are 2s now for my defense rolls. And still looking good. So 2, and 2 resolve checks, pass both, so I take another 2 wounds. Next up, we have the Phalangites. So they are going to attack back. So Phalangites attacking back, so we are needing 2s. So that was just 4 hits, so defense will be 3. 3? No, defense 2 in your front arc. Wow, triple 1, so you fail 1. And then a morale check on that.
Just the one? Just
the one, yeah. It's the only failed wound. And past that, so just take a wound. And then the Aristarch will also go with 5 attacks, hitting on 3s. That's better. So 4 saves to make on 2s. Fail 3 this time. And then 3 morale checks. Fail another 3. All Theus Priest is, so 6 wounds that time. So that regiment will now be broken. And I'll read the next command stack for the 100 Kingdoms. What have they got? It is the Noble Lord, so he's not going to do anything.
Doesn't have any...
so nothing there, but then we go, it is my Polemarch, who is just going to do, I guess, the shooting thing. So back over to you. Which will be the houses, which I'm pretty sure are going to charge. So 2s or less for impact hits on the... Actually, +1 to all of those, don't forget, thanks to your Horsemaster ability. So you should have 12 dice. And then you're re-rolling 6s. So 1s and 2s hit. 6s can be re-rolled. Re-roll that 6 in there. That'll be, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. So defense 3 on the impact hits. That is 2, and I'll ignore 1 thanks to Tenacious. So I take 2. So 3 then for the Noble Lord. He will have Clash 3. So got 1, but this is Brutal Impact 2 from him. So that will not pass. And so then a Resolve check from that. A Resolve check from the other 2. Pass all that. So I will take another wound though. And so these are needing 3s now. That is a good roll. So now I will be defense 4 because you don't have any cleave on your actual combat attacks. So I'll fail 3, but I will ignore 1 thanks to Tenacious. So that's 2. So Mounted Noble Lord has 5 attacks, Clash of 4, thanks to Inspired. We'll just hit twice. So I've got 2 armor saves of a 4. And so we suffer another wound there. And then I have 3 morale checks to make all day. So these will be on the Polemarch, which is Resolve 4. Fail 2. So another 2 wounds, so I'll remove another stand. I am broken. Alright, so the last one for me is the Minotaur Tharians. So the Minotaur Tharians are going to try and make a charge in there. They need anything but a 1. 2 just. So impacts from the Minotaur Tharians, we are Clash 3, so 3s. That is going to be 5. This is at Brutal Impact 1, so this will be a defense nothing, so it'll just be 5 damage, which will wipe the unit. And so that was actually the first action, because that was just the charge, so we're now going to, for the second action, just do a reform. And so, Minotaurs have reformed there. So, last one will be your Men-at-Arms. Are they going to dare to go into the Minotaurs? And so, Men-at-Arms being the last unit, they've just auto-made that charge, so they will now charge and they'll clash. So, they've charged, they're inspired, it'll be clash 3 for them. So 3s or less. What is that? That's 5, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yep. Minotaur Thorians, defense 2. Maybe past 3, I'll take that, 2. And then resolve is only 3. So fail. So take 4, which is just not enough to put 1 down. So Supremacy, you will be getting the +1 or -1, whatever you want to do. So I got a 4, you got a 3, you are going to be able to take it. So first activation for you, Men-at-Arms, alright. Going into those Minotaurs, so same again. Alright, so needing 3s into the Thorians. It'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, you're nothing if not consistent. So defense 2 and consistent. This is literally the same roll. Now, do I fail both of these? No, I failed 1 this time, so you did 1 less, but that will kill 1. And so next up, first activation will be the Hoplites. 5 attacks with the Hoplites on clash 3. So that'll be 4 hits. You do have shields on your knights, which means your defense of them will be 4. Still 3 fails. So 3 fails. Right, so then the Polymarch next. Thankfully, he is going to be able to reroll because he missed with 5 of his 6. That is better. I hit with 4 this time. You will be defense 3 against these because I've got cleave 1. Another 2 fails. So now it'll be 5 resolve checks in all. Which your with your Mounted Noble Lord, resolve 3, so it'll be another 2. And then we go for the 100 Kingdoms, your next one. Pretty simple, Household Knights. Alright, so the Household Knights fighting back, clash 3. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You like the 5s. So these will be defense 4. Wow. Wow. I ignored 1 of them, but it's going to be 4, and it's going to be unit wiped. So then the Knights just reform, because unfortunately they weren't in the front arc of the Phalangites there. So next activation for City-States is the Minotaur Thorians. Minotaur Thorians will inspire, giving them clash 4. I've got cleave 3, so these are just dead dudes. So 5, 6, just auto wounds. So you've got 6 resolve checks to make. Now your resolve will be at -1 due to my terrifying rule. So 1s. Nope, so that is just the unit white start to finish. So last for you will just be, I'm guessing, the Mounted Lord, who can't do anything. So I'll then go through. Aristarch can't do anything. Oh, he'll give the +1 defense to his buddies. Phalangites will then go. Getting ready for the last turns of the game. With that, you know, my last activation is the Polymarch, who is now dead. So we're going to go into turn 7. Today's video is brought to you by Baron of Dice, a premium wargaming dice that make your table come alive. Now, if you're looking for some great dice to suit an army you play on the tabletop in a variety of different games, go to Baron of Dice and check out their website. You can also use our discount code down in the video's description, which will help support the channel, but also nab you a cheap little discount. The dice you see pictured here are the official dice for Parabellum's Last Argument of Kings Conquest by them as well, which you can find on the Parabellum eStore as well. +1/-1 for this turn's Supremacy will go to the City-States, because you've only got 2 models in your command stack, where I've got 3. 2 units, I should say. So I've got a 6. You're going to have it no matter what. So you've got the first activation. What is your first card? Household Knights, cool. Yep. So the Knights have then moved. You've got a charge. You need a 3 or more to make the charge. You've got a 4, lucky. If you did not make that, those Tharians were going into you so hard. So impact on the Knights, there'll be 8 of these. You will need 2s with your impacts. So just 2 this time. But these will be needing 2s and saved them both. You'll then have impact with your Mounted Noble Lord. He has impact 3. Now he's needing 3s. Got 1. This will need a 1 to save. Oh, so close, but fail 1. And then a resolve check. Pass that. So my first is actually the Aristarch, who can't do anything. Your second one is the Mounted Noble Lord.
Yep.
Alright, so your Mounted Noble Lord is actually going to go with a challenge into the Aristarch. So we'll do his attacks first, but win a challenge. Both models will go simultaneously, so we can kill each other. Now, the Mounted Noble Lord, he has 5 attacks. He obviously is going to inspire before he does this duel. So he will hit on 4s. So 4 hits. Now, this is on my Aristarch, who is defense 2, but has a shield, so defense 3. Passes 1 and will take 3 wounds. So 5 attacks back, needing 3s. I got 2. So 2 defense rolls on you, which will be a defense of 4. Fail both, so you take 2. City-states, Minotaur Tharians. So we are going to reform and charge. And so impact 3 each. These will be needing 3s. That is 3. Now these are brutal impact 1, and you can't use your shields in the flank. So you will be going down with your defense now at, when we can find the page that says defense of the Household Knights. Defense 2 on these. So 2s or less.
Very nice.
Yep. Take 2. So 2 resolve checks now. 3 will pass, 6 will not. 3 will not pass because terrifying means your Noble Lord will come a 2. And so you have nothing left. The Phalangites are going. They need to do 1 wound on the Knights to wipe you. And so the Phalangites will be going into the Knights. We are hitting on 2s. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 all up. So defense rolls, 8 of them. These will be at your full complement though.
Oh.
3s. There's 6s in there, so that's just going to wipe. That'll mean I score the last points. It means it'll be 5 to 3 at the end. You've got nothing else you can do. Sorry, 6, 7 to 3 because I'll kill 2 units there and your Warlord at the same time. Victory 2, the City-States. And so that is the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to come chat more with me, we have a Discord server for the channel, and that is linked down in the video's description. Also linked down in the video's description are the best ways to help support the channel. This is either via Patreon or YouTube members using one of our affiliate links and codes down there like Baron of Dice, Gap Games or Mithras Games, or by supporting us directly on Patreon or YouTube members. If you'd like to do any of those, we have links for that all in the description. And as a special thank you to our Patrons and YouTube members, we'd like to give them all a shout out. So thank you to our Patreons, Soren, Kenny Lowell, Outer and Shot First, Andrew Bowen, Q Dynamic, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Benjamin Swallows, Red Martin, Iron Grinch, Colorblind Magic, Grimscold and Andy C. And our YouTube members, Greenridge Gaming, Ronya, Lock Lorick, The Johnny84, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, Monty's Tabletop Terrain, James Tillman, Disco, and John Castle. Lastly, a special thanks to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork you see on the channel. Once again, everyone, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment down below. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.